Mr. Boxing Today, yeah.
Alright, this is Jarrell Washington, Heavyweight Boxing. Please watch Mr. Heavyweight Boxing Today.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? So yesterday, a few people were telling me to check out a interview by Jarrell Miller, and I tried to look it up. They were saying that he was talking trash about Wilder, Joshua, and Fury. I couldn't find the interview for nothing, but looking here on Boxing Scene, and they must have quotes from the interview that I couldn't find here on YouTube. So I'm going to read some of these quotes, man. Very interesting. For those of you that don't know, Jarrell Miller is rated top 15 by, 3 different organizations. He's probably a consensus top 15 heavyweight out there, in my opinion, at least. 17-0 with the 1 draw against Joey Dawejko, 15 knockouts. That draw against Dawejko, he got deducted 2 points. It was a 4-rounder. He got deducted 2 points. He would have won the fight had he not got the points deducted. I think he was pushing, or the ref said he was holding or something like that. But from what I've heard, he was getting the best of Dawejko that night in the ring. But nonetheless, he is undefeated. Let me go ahead and read what he had to say, man. Now, we know he's going to get ready to fight Fred Cassie coming up here. When is that fight scheduled? August 19th. It'll be live on Showtime. All right. It's going to be from Rochester, New York. All right. But let me go ahead and read what my man Jarrell Big Baby Miller had to say. Okay. Now, this was regarding his training camp. Training camp is going very well. I put a lot of muscle for this camp. I'm going to put on a lot of solid mass. I'm going to go in there and manhandle it like a chew toy in the dog's mouth. I want to mangle it. I'm really committed to the training camp. I made some changes, less cheeseburgers. I cut down from 3 cheeseburgers to 1 cheeseburger a day. Same thing in the gym every day, not doing anything different. Main thing is my strength and my speed, and we're going to see come August 19th. All right, now on his opponent, Fred Cassie, he says, supposedly Fred Cassie is the most durable guy I have fought my whole entire career, which I agree with. This is what they are saying, and I tip my hat off to the guy. He's been in some fights where I thought he won and ended up on the wrong side of the decision. When he fought other fighters, he had 3 weeks training camp, 2 weeks notice. He had 2 months to get ready for this. I'm not a last-minute opponent. He's going to come in ready, and I'm not about to underestimate him. Yes, I thought he had some fights against Brazil and Areola, which I thought he could have got the nod, especially the Areola fight. I thought he got outboxed cleanly by Hughie Fury, and then we know he got knocked out by Amir Mansour out cold. But up until that knockout, I thought it was an evenly fought fight. All right. Then he also goes on to say, I'm a boxer puncher, and he's more one-dimensional. He switches back and forth, righty and lefty. He's not pretty at what he does, but no worries. You can look at me because I am nice at what I do. I predict a 5th, 6th round knockout. Cassie is definitely a doable guy, but I feel once he sees my size and my pressure and the speed that I bring with my footwork, is going to be game over for him. I know for a fact I'm going to knock out Fred Cassie 5th or 6th round. That's what I do. I take your heart. I take your soul. I take your ribs. All right, now on to Deontay Wilder. He says Wilder is a wild man when he gets hit in that ring. But at the same time, if you watch how he performs at a mediocre level against mediocre fighters. If you stick him to a world professional athlete like myself or top guys, you'll see him bring even more. Not saying he hasn't been in the ring with A-plus fighters yet, but you can see all his loopholes in his fighting style. It's just a matter of time before he gets really exposed, and I hope it's with me because I want that behind. Shorter fighters do what they do. Taller fighters do what they do. Deontay is a tall fighter, but he doesn't do what his body is designed to do. He's trying to do something that smaller guys do. So that is going to be his downfall. Like I said, it's just a matter of time, and I'm going to break him in half, him and his toothpick legs. I was watching a live stream of the Wilder Areola fight, and it was horrible. It was horrible because he is the heavyweight champion of the world. He doesn't understand what he's doing more damage to himself than he thinks he is. He's getting hurt. He's getting hit. He's taking some punishment. I want to fight Wilder. If he sees my style, if he sees my footwork, he realizes I'm no Arthur Spilka or Chris Areola. And when I get in there, well, most of my fights end up in knockouts. I'm a 100% power. Once I touch them, they're going to get hurt. On Anthony Joshua, he says, Joshua's overrated, overhyped. I'm going to break that jaw of his. That's one thing he's been consistent with saying. He's going to break Anthony Joshua's jaw. Every interview I read or hear of him, he's talking about breaking this guy's jaw. You know, it's easier said than done. But he also goes on to say, definitely one of the weakest of the heavyweight champs. It comes down to the basics. You have a lot of guys that have a lot of punching power and basic skills. That's not enough. Joshua's a basic heavyweight, a 1-2 fighter. I can cut that halfway across the ring. I'd fight Joshua when the timing is right. I personally don't want to go and fight Joshua because I'm his next. I'm his next. I think that when the time is right, it'll be me and him at the MGM Grand on pay-per-view. One of those super sweepstakes fights, you know. On Tyson Fury, I like Tyson Fury. I still want to break his fingers in half. I still want to break his fingers in half, but he is good for the sport of boxing, and I feel like me and him for a main event will sell out any arena out. He talks a lot of smack and he does back it up, but he is still a jokester and I am real. I will smash him if he tries to step on me in the press conference. I will knock him out. Same way I will for everyone else. A fight between us two will be like Comedy Central on steroids. It will be bananas. It will sell out kind of like Mayweather Pacquiao. I feel like we can capture the heavyweight division and put it back on the map. Just because of the way he talks as an American heavyweight, I feel like we have to take over American soil first. I'll fight anywhere, anytime, but on the business side, I have to take over my country first. All right. And then on the heavyweight division, period, he says, they better get motivated now because I'm coming. I'm hungry and I'm motivated. Showtime is having me on the main event on national television. I'm telling you, I'm coming. I'm coming to stay. They better get ready. I'm different to all the heavyweights out there. I'm not chasing a payday. I'm chasing legacy. I'm trying to change the layout. I'm trying to change the game. I'm trying to change my future and make history at the same time. All right. So these are his words, man. I'm just getting them out there to you. I know a lot of people, you know, they come to my videos sometimes. They say, who the hell is this guy? He talks a lot of shit. And my thing is, well, yeah, he does talk a lot of shit, man. Somebody's going to have to shut him up. You know, either he's going to show and prove. Either he's going to look like the smartest man in the world after all of this. Or, like I said, somebody's going to, you know, shut him up. You know, but he is definitely coming to get it. I like, you know, people tend to think with these American heavyweights, they're all the same. And to me, all these guys are different, man. Just like I told you guys, Brazil's a little different than Charles Martin. He showed that in the Joshua fight with his heart, determination, was trying to win the fight. He really didn't do much offensively. But as far as, you know, not laying down and just getting hit with the first punch and just lay down, he didn't do that. I think Jarrell Washington is different from Brazil. I'm not saying he's better. I just think they're all different. Deontay Wilder's different from Charles Martin in Brazil, and they're all different. Miller's different. He's come from that K1 background, so he's used to fighting. You know, he fought Mirko Kurkop. He went to his country, fought him in a big stage. He came out dancing. I think he came out to Tupac or Biggie or something. I forget what song he came out to, but he came out dancing and smiling, like no worries in the world. Went in there, went the full distance. I believe they went the full distance. And I think his K1 record was like 20-something wins and just a few losses. So he comes from that fighting background. He likes to fight. He loves a brawl. He likes to fight, man. So this isn't some guy that just picked up fighting 2 years ago and he's trying to make it happen. Now, this dude's been fighting, been in gyms, you know, kickboxing, boxing, and he's under 30, you know, so this dude likes to fight, man. So he's different from all the other guys. I guess we'll see what happens when he steps up and fight, you know, but he's doing a lot of talking right now, man. He's bringing attention to himself. He just went out to Detroit to Andy Ruiz Jr. fight against Josh Gormley. He went out there and took the mic in the ring. And he's been calling Ruiz out for years. He was calling Deontay Wilder out before Wilder even had a title. So this just isn't some guy that's calling people out because they have a title. He's been calling them out. Like when Miller was himself, I think he was like 4-0. He was calling out Wilder. Wilder hadn't fought Stavern yet. I don't think he fought Malik Scott yet. But it was years ago he was calling Wilder out. So to me, he isn't just some new guy just hitting the scene. I've been knowing the Miller since he was about 5-6-0, 4-0. You know, so I'm just getting this out there, man. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Let me know, let me think, let me know what you think. If you think he's going to back this up or do you think he's just waiting to get knocked out? Leave your comments, man. I'm out.